again and welcome to Invictus Porsche. We have here this Porsche 911 997.1. It's a Cabriolet and I want to talk to you about a Cabriolet. And in 30 seconds, I want to tell you both the technical information, and in an additional 30 seconds, I want to tell you all the great spec this car has. From a technical standpoint of view, this has a 3.6 litre engine. It produces 321 bhp, 370 newton meters of torque. It does 0 to 62 miles an hour in 5.7 seconds. In terms of a combined MPG, it delivers 25 mpg. In terms of the outside now, this comes in this beautiful BASALT black metallic color. It's got the 19-inch classic Carrera alloys, which I think looks absolutely superb. At the back, you've got the quad exhaust, which is what you would expect from a 911, but it's got something unique about it. It's a PSE system, which stands for Porsche Sports Exhaust System. And as an additional option, you've got PASM, which stands for Porsche Active Suspension Management System. So when you press that button, your damper stiffens and you get a very precise and a better handling car. And that's everything in 1 minute, inside and outside. I have two items here, and number one is a cab. In my world, I love a cab because it offers the best of both worlds, in the sense it's an exquisite looking car. Yes, it's a prestige car, but it looks beautiful in a cab form, especially when the roof is down. Also, in the summer, you can get two passengers in at the back without them having to worry about the height. Plus, having one of these is you're bound to take it on trips abroad, you're bound to take it on nice, lovely trips here in England and enjoy the beautiful weather that we get here in the summer. So you can really take advantage of a cab, whereas on a coupe, you can't do that. And the second thing is the Tiptronic 5-speed automatic gearbox. These gearboxes are absolutely bulletproof. In my world as a Porsche specialist, we have never come across overhauling a Tiptronic gearbox or worrying about the cogs or the mechanism inside a gearbox. But the number of times we had to overhaul a manual gearbox or replace the gear linkage cables or look after the maintenance on a manual gearboxes are, beyond my and yours comprehension. That's almost like a daily regular thing, which is what you would expect from that engaging the hustle and the bustle of a manual gearbox. But on an automatic, you don't have to worry about that, because should you want to drive it in a nice cruising mode, you leave it in D and enjoy the drive. And should you want to push your car and get a good engaging feel out of it, slide the gear lever over to the left and use the tip buttons here on the steering wheel and then sort of go up a gear and go down a gear. But there's something else that is also really touching about a Tiptronic gearbox, and that is the fact that it's a 5-speed rather than a 6-speed on a manual, and the 5-speed just keeps things that bit simpler. And overall, there are brilliant gearboxes, because to some capacity I don't like the digital feel of the newer DCT or the DSG or the PDK gearboxes, because you almost get a more robotic drive, like you get that perfect refined drive. But on a Tiptronic, it's more the analog and the simple and the things that we would say old is gold, that kind of a thing, which is what you get in a Tiptronic, and you don't get that with all the gimmicks of the new everyday stuff with the newer gearboxes. Now, being inside a convertible 911, you have this really fresh feeling, because you're not restricted by a roof over the top of you. You're not restricted by a pillar here and bits and bob from a physical perspective all the way around you. You have this free, open feeling of sitting in a car on a nice day like this, listening to the sound of the exhaust at a certain speed, listening to the birds singing, and just having a really open, relaxing and loving and a drive with a nice big smile on your face. This is what a Cabriolet is all about. The best of both worlds. You know, in a convertible automatic, you can cruise along and enjoy your drive, as opposed to in a coupe manual or a coupe automatic. It feels as if you're in a driver's focused mode all the time. You know, it's not to say you can't do that in a convertible automatic, because yes you can, because all you got to do is slide it across into M, drop a gear, and just hear that exhaust roar. Many of us worry about getting a 911 that may require money spending on, but one shouldn't have to worry about spending money on maintenance, etc. on a 911 if it's been well maintained, if it's been well looked after. On that note, this has 3 owners since new. The current owner had the car since 2017. It has a full service history, 5 stamps in total. 2 of them were from official Porsche centers and the other 3 were from Porsche specialists, and then the 6th one was with AMS Porsche. It went through a 111-point pre-purchase inspection with us at AMS Porsche, a bore scope inspection and an OVERREV report. So maintenance and spending money on a car really comes into an equation where a car hasn't been well looked after, and this has been well looked after. I've got an invoice here from the 30th of October 2020 where the previous customer carried out a major service, a brake fluid change. He put in brand new inner truck rods and carry out 4-wheel alignment, brand new ignition coil packs. The front brakes and discs are brand new. It's got brand new rear inner roll bar bushes. The front new, the wiper blades are brand new. So all in all, I mean, who's talking about having to spend money by owning an exotic car? Because if you buy a car that is right, that is perfect, that doesn't need money spending on, why should you concern yourself with that topic? Because at the end of the day, the servicing regime on these cars are every 2 years or 20,000 miles. I'm not suggesting at all to leave your car unserviced for 20,000 miles, because I think it should go through more regular servicing. But all in all, you could leave it to that manufacturer's limit that you have on servicing cars, 2 years or 20,000 miles. But this is a thing of a beauty. I mean, the outside is well maintained and kept in really good condition and in good nick. And overall, both mechanically and cosmetically, this car speaks for itself, because I don't have to try to sell it. The inside is something of its own. It's got this touch and feel multifunctional steering wheel in smooth leather. It's got a Bose system, so very good for your entertainment system to listen to your music. It's got a European navigation system, and the interior cabin space has an extended leather package. Just crisp, clear and perfect. This is the last of the 997 Bosch fuel-injected engines. This is on a 2008 plate, actually a very late 2008 plate. And with time, these cars will be something of an item that is very much sought after. And that is simply due to the fact that the Bosch fuel-injected engines went through a lot of refinement towards the end. Purely because of concerns that people raised with the earlier Gen 1 997s, which were the 04, the 05, which had the single row AMS bearing. So this has got the built-in upgraded factory-fitted AMS bearing. Also, the later 07, 08 plate don't suffer from bore scoring like the earlier Bosch fuel-injecteds do. So all in all, it's a crisp, clean engine which is mechanically very sound, and that is thanks to Porsche for refining their engine and refining their technology every single year, and which is what we call evolution as opposed to revolution. And it is one of the reasons why we all love a good 911. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and show us your support. And should you have any questions, whether you're buying from us or buying elsewhere, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help.